crafty friends, Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be working with the January 2025 new release from Love From Lizi. This is called the Let's Celebrate Card Kit. Now I do have a full unboxing that I will leave linked down below in the description box. First, I wanted to show you how I store my card kits. I get these on Amazon. This is a white poly envelope and it has this button closure and it expands and it is just perfect to keep my card kit protected. So when I'm ready to use it, I can just pull it out. All right, let's go ahead and get started in making some cards. I want to show you the first set of cards that I made over on the Love From Lizi YouTube channel. So I did make 8 cards with this kit already. So here's a look at those cards, and you can see I used that beautiful cupcake die that came in the kit. On this one I used the stamp and I did some watercoloring with some inks. And also check out the Love From Lizi peel-offs there along the side, just really framing in that stamped image. I used some of the matte cardstock that was from the add-on bundle on this card. I love all of these cards so much that I've already made. And then here's a couple slimline cards that I made using the cake ephemera that was in the kit. So these turned out really cute. All right, and I will leave the video where I made these cards down below. All right, let's go ahead and get started on today's card. Now my first card, I want to use these white pinstripe peel-offs. These are from the Let's Celebrate Pinstripe bundle. I'm bringing in this Party Time stamp set that's available on the Love From Lizi website. I'm using a piece of mixed media cardstock from scrapbook.com. And I have an A2 card base, American Standard, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I want to use some paint. Now this is Pinking a View. It's a color splash from Shimmerz Paints and it's a glossy acrylic spray. So the first thing I want to do is I want to mix this up by turning it upside down and just kind of rolling it between my fingers. I'm going to bring in some water and mist this mixed media cardstock. Now the mixed media cardstock, it holds mixed media, so it holds the wet so it doesn't warp your paper, and it allows the paint to really move around on the cardstock. So I spritzed the Pinking a View a few times on this card panel. And I brought in my heat tool just to dry it a little bit. And now I want to rip it. So I want to pull it towards me to just give a ripped edge here along the side. And I love the way that looks. And that's what I'm going to use here on my card. So I'm going to take this panel that I just painted. And I'm going to bring in the white pinstripe peel-offs. Again, these were from the Let's Celebrate Pinstripe bundle. This is an add-on, and we're going to take one of these strips and we're just going to put it along the edge here. And you can either snip the end or just fold them back. And then I want to take another one of these peel-offs. So I'm going to get a large one here, a long one. And I'm going to stick this right next to it just to kind of give it a little extra interest. Instead of using like a piece of pattern paper, I'm using the pinstripes here, the peel-offs, just to give that interest. All right, so I love the way that looks. All right, now that we have this panel done, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to my card base. It's an A2 card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm using some wet tacky glue. Now the reason I'm using wet glue is since I had some mixed media on here, I find that wet glue adheres better when you have this mixed media background. So I'm going to press this down and give it a good press here. And now I want to bring in the pieces for my card. Now this card's going to go together rather quickly. I have a piece of this ephemera. Now this is from the Blooms ephemera pack that came right in the card kit. And I'm also using some of the foam. This is the white fun foam from the kit. And I've cut this down just to fit on my panel. Now I just need to figure out how I want to put my florals onto the card. And I think I want to put these up here like this. And then I've already stamped a sentiment. Again, this was from the Party Time stamp set. And so let me place this on the card. A friend will always make you smile. Now I'm bringing in some of the mini silver gems, and I'm going to place a couple up here to the upper left of my sentiment. So I'll put 2 over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put 3, like a little cluster of 3 in a triangle down here on the lower right of my sentiment. So that really draws your eye to the sentiment. And I did make 2 of this card. I love the way this turned out. Isn't that so pretty? Love it. All right, let's start card number 2. Now for card number 2, I'm bringing in the silver peel-off dots from the Let's Celebrate Variety Peel-Off Bundle. I'm using the Let's Celebrate stamp set, and I'm using some Scrapbook.com cool cardstock. So this purple piece of cardstock is from that cool cardstock, and I went ahead and used an embossing folder from my stash. So I cut this piece of purple cardstock down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of tacky glue all the way around, and I'm going to press this down to my card base. This is an A2 card base. Isn't that embossing folder so pretty? So instead of just having regular plain cardstock, I think it really dresses it up by bringing in embossing folders. I have brought in a piece of the silver matte mirror cardstock. This is from the add-on bundle, and this is cut to 1 1/2 by 4 3/4, and I'm using some double-sided adhesive tape. So the first card I made, I used tacky glue, and I feel like you can kind of see the glue marks behind it. So I have found that if you use this double-sided adhesive, then it won't show those marks or put any indentions. It just keeps your matte mirror cardstock really pretty. So when you're adhering it, you want to use double-sided tape. Okay, now that I have that pressed down, I want to bring in more of those floral blooms. This is from the ephemera pack. These are so pretty. And then I've went ahead and stamped and die cut out with a rectangle die from my stash. I stamped the sentiment, wishing you the best day. And I used some purple ink, and this was the Dusty Concord Distress Oxide ink. And then I went ahead and used a little foam blending tool and just added a little color to the background. Now I want to bring in some of the silver peel-off dots from the Let's Celebrate Variety Peel-Off Bundle. And I want to again accentuate my sentiment here. So I'm going to put 2 on the left, and I'll put 1 here on the lower right. So pretty. So this completes our second card, and I did make 2 of these. All right, we're going to move on to the third card. I have some Scrapbook.com Sherbert cardstock, and then I'm bringing in a die from my stash. This is the Birthday Mug edition from Pretty Pink Posh. And then I love this. This is the tassel bunting, so I want to use that for sure. So I have an A2 card, and then I have this piece. This is a teal paper from that paper pad, and it is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have this pink sheet of cardstock that is cut to 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then the donut cardstock. So this donut paper, this is from the card kit, and I love it. It just makes me smile. It is cut to 3 by 4 1/4, and I'm just going to mat it here on the pink cardstock. And then I have a piece of the matte mirror cardstock, and it's cut to 1 1/2 by 4. So again, I'm going to use the double-sided adhesive tape so that it doesn't scratch up my cardstock. And I want to bring in some peel-offs. So I have the white pinstripe peel-offs. These were from the Let's Celebrate add-on pinstripe bundle. And I just want to take one of these pinstripes and I want to put this peel off at the top of the matte mirrored cardstock just to give it like a white border. And it has this peel off has like a glossy finish to it. I really like it. Now, if you place it on here and cut it right to the edge, one strip will fit on both the top and the bottom, and it fits just perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and get that on there. Now at first I thought I wanted to fold it over, but then I got it kind of crooked. So I'm going to use my tweezers, and I'm actually going to bring in my scissors and just snip the end of this off so that it's even with the other side. So that looks good. Okay, now to finish this, I want to go ahead and glue this panel onto my card base. And it really doesn't matter which direction your donuts go. So that looks cute. And now I have used that add-on die from my stash. This was the birthday mug edition. And I cut out a sentiment, and I used the matte mirror cardstock from the add-on bundle. And for this one, I cut out the words, "It's your day." And I really like that. It's kind of subtle because it is a busy background pattern paper. But I think once I get the card finished, you'll see it's just enough. I didn't want the sentiment to really be the focal point. I want the pattern paper to be the focal point, and actually those tassels. All right, so I've got my mirrored cardstock here. I've got the word "it's." And you'll see I got a little like indentation in my matte mirror cardstock. So I put it at the top because that'll be hidden up there. I'm using Nuvo glue to adhere my sentiment. Anytime I have a really tiny sentiment like this, I like the Nuvo Deluxe glue because I find that that dries clear in case any seeps out. All right, so I have "it's your," and then the D is separate from the AY. So let me get these glued down. And you could really use any sentiment die that you have in your stash. And there we go. And now for my favorite part of this card, I'm going to adhere that tassel bunting that came right in the card kit. So I'm going to bring in a piece of the double-sided tape, and I'll just put a little strip of this across the top where I want this to sit. I thought I could tear it, but then I was afraid I would scratch the matte mirrored cardstock, so I went ahead and brought in my scissors. Now I'm going to peel back the tape, and then I will adhere the tassel bunting to the front. Now off camera, I go back in and I add a few of the silver peel off dots. So you'll see those in my photos, but I did not do that here in the video. All right. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. And I did make two, but I don't think my second one is as good as this one I did because that bunting just makes the card. All right, here's a look at the cards I made today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. I will leave linked down below, a link to the Love From Lizi website, the add-ons, and any other products that I used in today's video. Be sure to check out my unboxing to see the full kit, as well as my Love From Lizi video, where I did make all of these other cards that you're seeing here. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!